Okay, not a good week for the Pies injury-wise. So much so that the coaches have asked me to get into training and finish the session then, and I'm on standby for this week. But let's get into the injuries. As I said, not a great week for the Pies. Starting with Timmy Broomhead, obviously a nasty break early in the game against GWS. Broken bones in his leg, two bones, the tibia and the fibula. Unfortunately, that's a season-ending injury for Tim, so he's being released from hospital today, and he'll start a fairly long and extensive rehab program in the coming weeks. Of the other injury on Saturday in the senior game was the Darcy Moore hamstring. Probably a conventional 21 or so days, not a bad one, but as with all hamstrings, you've got to treat them with a bit of caution early doors. So he's probably the traditional 3 weeks on the sidelines. The other unfortunate incident coming out of Saturday's VFL practice game was Carl Kirby with a bit of a heartbeat issue. Irregular heartbeat caused him to collapse during the game. He was admitted to hospital. Fortunately, within 18 to 24 hours, his heartbeat returned to normal. He was discharged from hospital yesterday. He'll have some further tests this week to see if we can get to the bottom of that problem, because some ECG work that was done on all our players a few weeks back didn't throw anything up there. So our medicos and the specialists will get to the bottom of what that actually is or what's happened there before he can resume training. Some good news though, Geordie De Goey, Jamie Elliott and Adam Oxley will all resume in our VFL side this week. VFL season starts on Saturday, and all those boys are up and going and be available for selection. So that's some positive news that we balances things up there. Yeah, Levi Greenwood is running stronger and stronger each session. The issue has been with some pain around the knee joint. That is lessening with both some medication and some physio, and with a bit of luck, maybe another 10 to 12 days of solid training and joining in, we'll see Levi putting his hand up for selection. Benny Reid just missed really on selection, probably only a day away from playing with a bit of a corked hip. He'll be up and going and he'll be right for selection against the Blues this week. Daniel Wells, try to get a bit of a mini pre-season into Daniel. He's experienced some tightness about 10 days ago with a bit of a hit out in the VFL. We anticipate that maybe 14 or so days he'll be ready to play, so we try and get last week, this week, and perhaps the next ensuing week, get a bit of a mini pre-season into Daniel and try and regain some of the ground that he's lost in the last 3 or 4 weeks with that tightness both in Achilles and his hamstring. Josh Smith, who hamstring a couple of weeks ago, he's probably 2/3 of the way through his rehab program. I'd expect him to miss this week and probably next week, and then be putting his hand up for selection. That's all we've got. As I said, not a great week injury-wise for the Pies, but let's hope there's blue skies ahead.